Welcome to Just Minding My Business Radio, where we are moving at the speed of God, learning what we didn't know we didn't know. I'm your host, Ida Crawford.
And I'm your co-host, Ruth Haskins.
So grab a pen and paper and get ready for information that you can use. Welcome to our edition of Just Minding My Business Facebook Live. I'm Ida Crawford.
And I'm Ruth Haskins.
And tonight we are happy to have Christina M. Johnson, who is an author, publishing consultant, author coach, certified coach trainer, and lover of life. Christina is going to be talking to us about how the COVID-19 has changed how we are schooling our kids, like it or not. Well, welcome, Christina.
Thank you for having me. This is such a wonderful opportunity, ladies. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
We're really glad to see you again.
Yes, again. We had so much fun last time, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
we did. Yes, we did.
You have a wealth of information.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
All righty. So today I was going through LinkedIn and I saw this article about homeschooling, which is near and dear to my heart, that Christina had written. And I was like, okay, we need to talk about this because this is a hot thing for a lot of parents. And because of this virus, parents have been literally pushed into it.
Right.
With no plan or anything. So As a parent who has homeschooled, and Christina, you're currently homeschooling as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so give our mothers, our moms, and our home teachers some guidelines.
Right. Awesome. So first and foremost, hang in there. You can do it. Okay. So what actually prompted me to write the article, it's on medium.com, by the way, was a lot of the news that I was getting. Everything is based on fear. You know, everyone's kind of panicking. It's a lot of hysteria going on. So I wanted to serve as best I could from a place that I was kind of comfortable with. And I'm homeschooling. So my husband and I, we have 8 children at home with us now. So we are officially homeschooling 5 of them. So I just kind of wanted to give the parents who don't normally homeschool the opportunity to say, okay, I am enough. Even if I can't teach my child rocket science or 3rd grade math for that, matter, it is okay if I just love them in this moment. It's okay if I just sit with them, and enjoy this time, because fact of the matter, we may not get this time again. We're going to go back to work eventually outside the home. Children are going to eventually go back to school. So that article, I gave about 5 things that could be done that was, simple and easy. And I can kind of share those as we talk about it a little bit today. In addition to some things that parents can do at home that are really easy, quick and simple, and they occupy the children.
All right. And I think everybody go get your pen, your pencil.
Yes. So I know we're not going to have a long and I can talk all day, but it's not going to be long and drawn out. This is going to be like quick little things that you can do. The first thing that I talked about in the article was just taking a few days off to kind of regroup, because everyone's in shock. Even though I homeschool, my husband and I, we homeschool, our schedules are thrown off because we can't do some of the dance classes and go to the museums every 2 weeks like we used to. We can't do some of those things. So our schedule is thrown off as well. And then on top of that, parents that actually work outside of the home, I know that their schedules have just been turned upside down and inside out. So take a couple of days. As soon as your child gets, comes to you or is off of school, don't bombard them with trying to make them do every single thing every hour of the day. Just kind of ease into it and enjoy the moment. And plus, the extra rest is really good for the immune system. The more rested we are, the more energy we have, the more focused we are. And it's just easier for everybody when we're not tired and upset, and then we can get more done.
Absolutely. Yes. Now, let me ask you, what curriculum do you use to homeschool?
Okay. Well, I actually, I taught for almost a decade in public school and private school. And then on top of that, I was a curriculum developer. So mine is like a parent-generated curriculum. So what my husband and I decided to do when I was going through school, it was, learn, do this particular way so that you can be a good employee. But my husband and I, we're entrepreneurs. We've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. And you don't always become an entrepreneur by just following the rules and doing everything the same way. So we've decided to see what our children's strengths are and just keep pounding away at that. Their weaknesses, they can learn how to, build those things up and deal with those as they go through life. But we wanted to kind of hone in and just have them master that thing that they're passionate about and they're already good at it. So we have people who, they wake up in the middle of the night and they build a robot. I'm like, I get up, I'm going to use the restroom and I'm like, somebody, who is this up? And the next thing you know, we have a robot built. We have a DJ, my 10-year-old, she wants to be a DJ. I would have never imagined that. But even though it's something that I don't want to do, it's something that she loves and she is really good. She had me dancing to it. So we want to hone in on those strengths. And that's why I bought a couple little things for some of the parents to do, like the slime kits. This was only $9, okay? And I'm not endorsing them. I'm not an affiliate, but it's just something simple. And children are messy. They love slime. Another thing that I thought was really, really good that I wanted to share was this Egyptian papyrus paper. Oh, and by the way, slime is good for reading class, math class, and home economics /health, okay? Okay. The papyrus paper assignment. Real papyrus paper. This was on Amazon, $5.99 for about 15 sheets of papyrus paper. You get the little coding. They can write their name in it. This is social studies. This is reading. So if we do interdisciplinary things, we don't necessarily have to do math 1 hour, reading one. We can just mesh them all together, and then they're still learning a whole lot in a little bit of time. And then another thing, this is a cheat, okay, for parents, especially mothers, when you want some me time. I love reflexology, okay? So because I want to learn about it, I make my children learn about it too. So this is science, it's health, it's reading, it's all kinds of stuff wrapped up into this. And then they rub my feet, I rub their feet. We say our prayers and we have meditations and say our affirmations while we're doing it. And all of this is all encompassed in school. It is school. And that's what the article I wanted to get across to the readers, especially the parents and guardians and foster parents who are now having their foster children at home. It doesn't have to be made to be a difficult thing. It can be fun. You just spread love and enjoy this moment, because we will not get our children at this age again. Okay. So that's one thing that I wanted to share.
Oh, that is awesome. It sounds fun.
It is. When we go to transition to other activities, I find myself having to repeat now. Okay, let me stop. You will have to repeat yourself a million times. So get used to it, okay? There's no getting around it. Didn't I just say that? You have to train them, okay? And it's not like you're training an animal or anything. We're training human beings to stand and walk in their power. And in order to do that, you're going to have to repeat some things, because we don't have, like my children build robots. We don't have robots. we have people that can think. So even though you told them last time to do something, it may be a different situation this time, and now they're thinking. So they can't do it the same way that they did it last time because of their thought process. And they're like, no, this situation is different. I have to do it differently. So that's something that I'm learning too. So I'm learning right along with everyone else.
Yeah,
I am learning.
Homeschooling, it's a great thing. I mean, I homeschooled my son from the age of 4.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
And I think that age, they are like sponges and they want to know everything.
Yes.
Every single thing.
Right.
So it was very simple to, really easy at that age. Now, sometimes when in the teenage era, it's like they get to that age where they think they got the plan, and you already know.
Right. And it's okay. Sometimes it is okay because their walk is different than ours. There's a divine plan for each one of us, and we have a purpose. There's something that each of our children are able to do that no one in this world can do. That's why they're here. Right. So their walk is going to be different. But I just try to, pep myself up and say, okay, he is not me. Okay, she is not me. What can I learn from this situation that I'm going through with, my beloved child, and beloved can be replaced with some other synonyms, depending on the moment.
Depending on the moment.
I just keep it real. But, I just really thought that just being in the moment was the most important thing, and just making sure we gave the children the opportunity to kind of go through this because they're in shock. They can't go to school. They can't go, to the playground and just gather with their friends. They can't even give daps and hugs, and all that like they're used to doing. So they are in shock. I mean, you talk about PTSD, they may be going through some slight, issue with that because they're like, man, I'm so used to doing this. My schedule is this, that, and the other. Now I have all this free time. I'm at home with my mom and my dad. She keeps telling me to clean up. I'm supposed to be in class, So it's a lot going on. So we got to just love them. We got to love them. And I think my children, they're a little bit younger. My husband's and my eldest here are 13 years old. So he's like going through some changes, and he likes to express himself through dance. He's been dancing forever. I mean, and he's just awesome. We always say he dances like David. But with him not being able to be as active, I can see that he's a little anxious. And he's dealing with. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, well, what are you thinking about? That's my big question. Whenever my children walk by, I'm like, what are you thinking about? And so, they get to talking to me, telling me what's on their mind, telling me the clean version of something they may be thinking about. I don't know. But, once we get to talking about it, it's an opportunity to kind of shape and mold their thinking. Or even if I'm not shaping and molding, just kind of hearing them out. And I think that's what this time is about. Where are our children? Right now, they are with us. And that's the safest place where, they could be. That's the place where they're going to be loved the most. And that's the place where we really do want them. We don't want them anywhere else, especially with everything that was going on in schools the last couple of years with shootings and, all kinds of things going on. In Baltimore, Maryland, a couple of years ago, we had the riots and the students were rebelling because they just did not want the system to be as it was. So now that has died down, now we have this divine opportunity to kind of dig in and say, okay, am I going to be the best that I can be? And then expect that from my child and give them the opportunity to be that. Or am I going to kind of run from it and say, look, I just can't do this, and then give it to somebody else? But if we do the latter, we can't complain. Right. When things don't go the way, that they go, at least we have our hands on it and we can say, all right, I did the best that I could, and that's good enough, because ultimately it does take a village to raise a child. But at the same time, we know that there's a divine calling and path that everyone has to go on, and then we're just going to support our children in that, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Really, I love the fact that you brought out that this is a divine opportunity. For us to be with our children. I don't have children, but those who do, it is a divine opportunity. When was the last time that you had complete control over your child.
Oh my goodness.
What they listen to, who they're talking to, you know, even the issue of language, how some of these kids, what they hear out in the streets and in school is not what you want in the home. So for 2 or 3 weeks or maybe more, you have the ability to, like you said, mold their minds, help them to change their attitudes. Right. And that is what really it's supposed to be.
Yes.
When did we get to the point that we gave our children away in pre-K,
right,
the world for them to mold?
Right.
And then we want to complain about how they act when they get to be 13 or 14.
Mm-hmm.
We've already given them away. They've been every philosophy, attitude, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they, like I just said, they're sponges. They've taken it in.
Right.
So this is a great opportunity to be able to work with your children. I hope parents listen to what you're saying, what you said, and take advantage of this, because it is a precious and rare moment.
It is. Piggybacking off of what you said, later on in life, after being given away so often, how have you even known to stay at home? How have you even learned to then take your parents in, you know, instead of giving them away to, you know, nursing homes and things like that? And everyone's situation is different. I'm not saying anything against nursing homes, or if you have to put your parent in a nursing home because of the situation, but the way that our culture, you know, was initially, our parents grew old and they stayed with us. Our children were around. It was like generations within one household. And that wealth of knowledge, oh my goodness, you know, it was just an awesome thing for our people. And then we were kind of discussing a little bit earlier, the entrepreneurial spirit that our people have as well. You know, we had trades and skills, and we had products and services. And now we go outside of the home to help build other people's empires and their wealth and their inheritances. So now this might be the time to kind of rethink everything. Okay, what am I building and who am I building it for? You know, and what about if while your children are at home, because my children, they already want to start businesses, a jewelry business. One wants to start a t-shirt company. So we have some things going where they're learning how to incorporate. And this is part of class. Okay. It's not, it doesn't have to be something that's in the book. It can be something that you're learning and you're recording it, writing it down, and it's still legitimate. But what about if you got together with your child and decided on a passive income stream, and in this downtime, you came out with an idea that brought your family out of the situation that you're in, so you'll never have to wait in a food line. You can have money coming in the bank and order from Amazon or Grubhub or wherever the place is now. You know, what if in this time you're being divinely sat down with your child to come up with a plan that's going to get you out? And bring your whole generation and your family line to the next level. We can't miss these opportunities. We're not going to get this again. I don't think in my generation.
Christina, you have said a mouthful.
Yes, you have.
Ida and I have been talking about this. Yes, this is the time for families to be families and to think not just like how long I can sit in front of the television.
Right.
The community, this is a time for us to sit down and use whatever resources we have, the internet, whatever we have.
Yes.
Think about, what can I do?
Right.
What can we do as a family? I didn't know that I'm a soap maker as well. An opportunity to do something simple. I just saw on the internet where these two sisters have created I don't know if it was $1 million business or not, in bath bombs. How simple is that?
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't need a whole lot of ingredients. You need one or two fragrances.
Right.
And you can figure it out, because no one taught me. I had to figure it out. But in a few weeks, there's something you can do. It may be a father who is a carpenter at heart. You know, he can help teach you how to make whatever, a chair, a cabinet, something simple.
Yes.
Spoons. what would you give to be able to buy a real spoon, a real wooden spoon that was well balanced and hand carved? Are you kidding me? You know, those things, it doesn't have to be anything phenomenal. It can be something simple that can be used in the market and sold locally. It can, and then maybe you can go outside of locally. Let it go. It can become global.
Yes.
That source of those streams of income are critical.
Yes,
and the
they
fact
are.
that you brought those up, I'm so glad that you did.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you did, because so many people are not thinking that way. They're thinking, oh, I'm at home and like I'm mad at my kids because they're home, and I'm mad with my parents because I'm home with them, and my siblings, and and it's just this whole emotional tinderbox. It could overcome that. Prayer and meditation. Necessary. Take a deep breath and say, okay, we're a family. As a family, we're going to come out of this on top. We're not sinking to the bottom. We're going to come out of this together.
Yes.
Together. And that's what's going to make a difference.
And it's going to make the family unit even stronger.
Yes, it will. Again, because which is so necessary. Make the
family unit, because we came out of it as a unit.
Yes.
Not individually. Absolutely. So where can people find this article, Christina?
It is on medium.com, and it's under my name, Christina M. Johnson, and it's entitled, Thanks COVID-19. Now every parent's a homeschooler, whether we want to be or not. So you can find it right on medium.com.
Okay. Well, we need more time, obviously.
Yes, we do.
It's been fun.
But we are so happy that you shared that information with people, especially in this time where people are being forced into a homeschooling situation with no preparation, no nothing. It's like, here you go. So this is valuable to anybody out there that has kids that have to do the homeschooling. So we thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much.
Word on the street says there's something new at Just Minding My Business Media. You've heard our podcast, Just Minding My Business Radio, that brings news and views you can use. That airs every Thursday at 6 p.m. on iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and Spreaker. Well, now you can watch Just Minding My Business. That's right, Just Minding My Business Media now has a TV presence on Raven International TV Network, broadcast on Roku, Fire, and Apple TV. Your business, through Just Minding My Business Media, has exposure on internet radio, major social media platforms, and now TV. Through Just Minding My Business, dynamic digital marketing platform. Don't listen to the word on the street. Hear it for yourself. Visit jmb.asistercircle.org to learn how you can take your business, your vision, to the next level. Thank you to the amazing women of A Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASCEN LLC, and our media partners. Let Just Minding My Business Media promote your business. For information, visit us at jmb.asistercircle.org. That's jmb.asistercircle.org. Voiceovers by RCH VoiceWorks, for when you want to be heard. Call 443-620-4115.
Thank you for tuning in to Just Minding My Business Radio. I'm your host, Ida Crawford.
And I'm your co-host, Ruth Haskins.
We hope you enjoyed the show and appreciate you stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours.